Hey y'all, it's Lindsey. This is going to be the last video I put out for the 2022 year. I wanted to say a couple of things really quickly. First of all, if you are a longtime subscriber or viewer of my channel, thank you so much for staying with me throughout my inconsistencies here on the platform. YouTube is the only platform I use, and I struggle tremendously with putting out content consistently, even though it is my hobby and my fun thing I love to do. It's been a little bit of a struggle. So I appreciate you so very much if you are a returning viewer for hanging around with me. If you are new here, I appreciate you clicking on this video, and I like to put out low carb, keto friendly content, whether that is what I eat in a day videos, recipes. Sometimes I can throw in a grocery haul. It's been very rare, and I say that every time. However, I am going to be trying to be more mindful of that in the upcoming year. I also like to share my health and wellness experience as it relates to following a keto-friendly lifestyle. So if any of those things are interesting for you, I would love to have you consider my channel, poke around, see if any of these things are valuable to you, and consider subscribing. Another thing is that so many people in this season of the year, this period of time, are going to start making resolutions or intentions or goals, or just setting themselves in a position where they want to improve their health and their wellness. And I want to encourage you to do so. If it feels cliche or trite to start a health and wellness quest or journey, I prefer the word quest over journey. It's semantics, they're the same thing. I want to encourage you to do that, even if it does feel weird doing it at the new year, because most people will tell you you can start a health experience any time of year, and that is very true. But there is something, I don't know, there's just some je ne sais quoi about starting a health and wellness quest at the beginning of a new year. It feels like a fresh start, even if it's in the dead of winter. So, well, Northern Hemisphere, dead of winter. I want to encourage you to do that. There is something that I want to help you be mindful of if this is your first foray into health and wellness. There may be opposition. And regardless of what you choose to do in your life, in your world, there is always going to be some form of opposition. Whether it's intentional, unintentional, whatever it is, there will be someone who will either attempt to sabotage you or be completely unsupportive. Insupportive, unsupportive, prefixes can be hard. I want to encourage you to just press on. And I have a short little story to tell you about my own personal experience trying to find health and wellness for my personal body chemistry. 2016, we had just moved to Wisconsin, and I was feeling really sluggish, lethargic, squishy, uncomfortable in my own skin, and I needed to make a change. I learned about Trim Healthy Mama, which is a way of eating. It is a diet that is kind of a phenomenon at this point. It's a big, big community. It has lots of support and lots of information out there. I learned about that plan, and I told my husband about it. He was like, you know what? If you want to do that, you go for it. However, it's your thing. Don't involve me and the kids. Or not necessarily don't involve us, but don't make it weird for us. So I learned what I could, and I implemented what I could. And because I am the primary person who produces food, cleans the kitchen, like I'm the one in the kitchen, and I enjoy that quite a lot, I had control over what my family was consuming, what I was consuming. And as I progressed in my understanding and knowledge of how carbs and fat and protein all work together, and how I felt on being mindful and utilizing some of those principles from Trim Healthy Mama, I was able to take meals that were appropriate for someone following that way of eating and make them suitable and desirable for the family that I had in my home. And I know that it can be really difficult whenever you have someone following a standard American diet, when you are trying to cut out things like sugar or wheat or just the other things that may not jive with your body's chemistry. If you can go out and find recipes that don't make it seem like something totally like on it from a different planet for the people in your home, while adding in some things that will be familiar to them, you can still achieve your health and wellness. It may be a little bit slower. It may take you more effort and energy to rethink of some of these things, but I argue that it takes less effort to create a meal that is appropriate for you on your health quest, that is also going to be able to be normal-ish for your household members. I would go through and create fat-heavy meals that were low carb and moderate protein for myself. I also would choose to add on pasta, rice, potatoes, those basic starchy foods that would fill the rest of my family's plates while giving them something that was very reminiscent of something that they had already eaten. I wasn't trying to go through and have my children eat cabbage instead of spaghetti noodles right from the start. To this day, I mean, we can sneak in about 50-50 of cabbage to spaghetti, but it's nowhere near where I am. And after a few months of me going through and cooking meals that my family enjoyed and didn't feel like took them like out in left field, I was actually feeling healthier and less squishy and less sluggish and just much more energized. My husband realized that I had started to make a shift, even though it didn't feel like an impactful thing for him, and he became interested. And it was sort of like slowly allowing them to see that changing the way you eat doesn't have to be catastrophic. It doesn't have to be forever shattering what you once knew. It can be a slow, gradual process. And he joined me eating in a keto-friendly way. I think that it can be really, really difficult whenever you're first starting out. And you do have people who are like, that's fine for you. Don't make me do it. If you can slowly show them without just shouting it from the rooftops that, hey, here's some food. Enjoy this food. Instead of like, this is a keto thing, you must have this, it's amazing. You can win more over with the first, like, here's some food. So that is just sort of my encouragement right now. Just try to come up with something that y'all can all eat in your household, whether you have roommates, whether you're the primary cook for your family, whatever the case may be. Try to come up with things that can be added to rice or pasta or potatoes that are a standard American thing, or, you know, sandwich rolls or whatever it may be. Come up with things that you can all participate with without getting too weird and involving so many extra ingredients that you feel like you're a mad chemist in the kitchen, and you might win them over, you might not. But at the very least, what you're going to do is you are going to be able to prepare one main food item for your meal that can satiate everyone without a whole lot of extra work. So I say all that, and then I wanted to suggest that if you are looking for ideas, Pinterest is obviously a wealth of knowledge and information with, you know, hundreds of thousands of different recipes that you can modify to put for a keto-friendly way of life. Also, this book right here, Trim Healthy Table from Trim Healthy Mama, while I do not endorse the Trim Healthy Mama diet itself, this book has loads of recipes that can be keto friendly, that also has suggestions on how to make it appropriate for those who do eat carbs, whether it's like adding some pasta or adding some potatoes or regular rice, whatever the case may be. This book has plenty of good recipes that will help you to achieve the goal that you get to eat something while only creating one dish, and your family can also eat that, or your housemates can also meet that or eat that, whatever the case may be. So that is all that I really wanted to share. This is going to be my last video for the year. I have some things that are in the process of being edited. It's a long, arduous process for me at this time, but I'm working toward it. And I really appreciate y'all so very much. I hope that y'all have a safe and happy New Year's Eve tomorrow and New Year's Day on Sunday. Oh, one last thing. I do have an Amazon storefront down in my description box. I am an Amazon affiliate. I have affiliates with Perfect Keto, Redmond, Element, and Amazon. And then I think there's something else. Oh, NutriSense down there. So If you would like to click on my Amazon storefront, I believe this book might be in my storefront, but when you use an affiliate link from me, it does not increase the price for you. If I have a discount code that helps you save some money while also giving me the tiniest bit of commission, and it is one way that you can support my channel. If you choose to use those, I am very honored and humbled by that. And if you do not, I fully respect that your dollars go where you choose. So all of that to say, thank you so much for being here today and have a happy new year.